Whip. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Spidey Librarian here with another video. I'm hoping this will be the first of like a little series that I will try doing for Marvel Strike Force. And I'm never going to claim to be the best at any game I play. I'm usually like kind of a mid-range player at best. But if I like a game, I'll stick with it and I'll try to improve and, you know, get good, as they say. So I have kind of devised a few kind of like of my own personal priorities for Marvel Strike Force. And this one is about ideas and goals that I have for my roster. I'm going to do another one that's kind of based on, you know, like game mode specific goals and things like that, and they are of course interrelated because you do well in one and you're doing better in the other, hopefully. But with that said, I've got a few things that they're kind of like short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals that I have that pertain very specifically to my roster. And they're things that I have thought about and just kind of been like, you know, if I do this, then this will get better, you know. So that's kind of my thinking right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of give a quick list of things that I want to improve, some very quickly, some not, and you know, some are just kind of long-term goals, and some of them dovetail with things like, for instance, finishing off the villain part of campaign mode so that I could, for instance, start farming Kingpin, which I have really not been able to do. But well, you'll see that as I move down the list. So I'll just go ahead and start with the first few goals, which are going to be these 5 right here. So number 1 is a very short-term goal because these characters just got dropped into the game. They're now on the roster of playable characters, and of course, you know, I've got to catch them all. I've got to have them all. So I'm going to try to collect them and really kind of focus on that in the short term. So Ant-Man, I've got about 40 out of 45 shards right now, so I'm really close. I've got to get just one more of those orbs and then I'll have him. So with Ant-Man, the short-term goal now is going to be trying to get him to 3 stars. That would be nice. I don't know how likely it is, but I'm gonna give that a shot. And then when Wasp and Groot are available through their various campaigns or events or what have you, I'm going to go for them too. Now, number 2 is a more long-term goal in that I can kind of keep doing it, and so I'm going to prioritize Ant-Man, Wasp, and Groot in the short term because they are limited time, but what I do is I try to devote what campaign energy I have to farming Cap. Now, I'm going to just pull this off for a second. Now, Cap, I think I've only got about 37 out of 100 shards needed. So where is he? Where is the old man? He is... he's closer to the bottom than I would like. So I've only got 37 out of 100 shards. And as you can see, I've got one of his stages where I can farm him unlocked, which is great, because I can finally start doing that. I would really like to be able to knock out the Nexus 5/9 so that I can farm his other stage as well. I realize he's expensive to farm, but you know, I'd like to get him onto my roster, because if I get him onto my roster, then I'm gonna level him up and rank him up and just put him on my arena team, my blitz teams. You know, I really do want Cap. So he's a high priority. Goal number 3 is to just strengthen my arena roster, which I think, you know, part of that is getting Cap. Now, the characters that I am using for my arena roster are these guys right here. So as you can see, I've got Crossbones, I've got Black Widow, Gamora, Yondu, and Quake. Pretty good arena roster. I've also got Hawkeye, who I'm thinking of swapping in for someone else, but I think that this current lineup that I've got is a good combination of utility and damage. It doesn't really have a tank because Crossbones doesn't count. He's there because he's a bomb basically, and that detonate is a devastating attack, and I keep him alive long enough for him to get it off. Once I get that off, it basically becomes a matter of cleanup. So I'm working on those guys and Cap. Also, this is my defense team right here. So as you can see, Gamora, Yondu, and Black Widow are basically, they're on my attack team as well. I've also got Luke Cage because the AI seems to do okay with him as a protector, so I put him on, and then Wolverine is just there for straight up damage. So those are the characters that I'm kind of currently working on in terms of my arena teams, but they are subject to change, and if you guys have advice, if you guys have better suggestions, please, by all means, I am willing to learn. Just let me know what they are, and I'll take them into consideration. Number 4, this is just going to show you how not a top tier player I am. But I'm on the Ant-Man event, and 1/6 has really kind of got me messed up. Now, in 1/6, let's just go there real quick. I'm playing it on hard mode, but 1/6 I can't get past. It kicks my butt every time, and so basically what you have to do is keep your operator alive, which I can't do. There's too many people, they're too strong, and they are just attacking way too quickly. I can barely get my tanks up. So what I have, and I'm not actually gonna fight them, but I'm gonna show you the team that I've currently got as my, this is my choice of defense. But basically I've got Drax, Cage, and Thanos in there as my tanks. They are there to draw attacks when they can. And then I've got Night Nurse in there to, heal and keep people alive. And then I've got Yondu in there mostly to take off special statuses, because he can do that. He can also generate other Ravagers, and hopefully the AI will go after them rather than my main characters. So, but with this team so far, not able to get past 1/6 on hard mode. And again, I'm a mid-level player at best. So, but if you guys have any advice about how to get past this, these are the characters I'm strengthening right now. So as you can probably tell, and Drax says I've only kind of just recently brought him up through my roster, because I realize that he gets that taunt off like first thing, and that gives me a little bit of breathing room, but I need to strengthen him up. So he has he has gotten stronger. Here, let me take this off again. I'll just go ahead and just do protectors here. Come on, protectors. There we go. Okay. And I still cannot believe Crossbones is considered a protector. But anyways, but yeah, Drax is he has just recently been brought up. Cage and Thanos have really kind of been my tanks for until recently. But I'm trying to get Drax up there. Probably going to work on Hulk, and then I think Hand Sentry is the other protector that I really kind of want to work on. But right now, in terms of just doing an Ant-Man 1/6 team, it's mostly Drax, Thanos, and Cage whenever I can get them up. Okay, so priority number 5 is going to be Mercenaries and Blasters. And the reason I've kind of grouped them together is simply because a lot of Blasters are Mercs, basically. And I want Mercs, and I want to get them ranked up and leveled up, because The payday event is really nice. I only got to, I think, the 2-star events on it, and I still made quite a bit of gold from that. And so I want to get the mercs ranked up and the blasters as well, because I think it's the blasters that I have to work on for one of the challenges to get to the maximum tier. So, like, Bullseye is both of those things, and Korath is both of those things, and I think a couple of the merc characters, the sniper and maybe the soldier. I want to say I can't quite remember. Anyways, so I'm working on them, and then of course I want to try to get Thor up there eventually, and a couple of others as well. But yeah, that's kind of a goal that I am working on kind of as I can. So for the remainder of goals that I have, they are mostly kind of. I mean, I guess I already touched on protectors, but 1/6 I feel relies on good protectors. So I'm working on that. Mostly Drax, also Hulk and Hand Sentry, if and when I can. I'm trying to get a shield roster going because, of course, I want to be better equipped for events like I Am Iron Man, and then I've seen that the Nick Fury event eventually, when they do it, looks like it's going to require shield characters. So let's just go ahead and I'll show you guys my shield roster. I finally got a Black Widow, which, God, I love Black Widow. She's one of my top characters right now. Getting shards for her, of course, is really difficult. So I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to rank her up for my shield team, per se. But Quake, as you can see, is well on her way. She's got 5 stars. Hawkeye, I want to get him to at least 5 stars. And then I'm probably, like, once I farm Cap, I'll try to rank him up as well. But outside of those three, I'm probably going to level up the shield medic and maybe shield security or shield operative, and just kind of hope for the best. Maybe I'll get lucky with a mega orb and get a whole bunch of Cap or Black Widow shards. But until I can get them to 5-star, like, I have to work on the ones that I can farm. So that kind of means that I have to farm minions. And I've made decent progress on the medic, the security, and the operative. So, I'm doing all right with them. I just don't know. I don't know if they're good long-term investments at this point. For number 8, I saw, I think it was Valley Flyin's video recently about the data mining from Marvel Strike Force. And one of those things was a Star-Lord event. So there's a Star-Lord event that seems like it'll be coming up at some point in the next few weeks or months. And for that, you have to have Guardians and Ravagers. And I'm working on Drax for. He's already a top priority simply because he's a decent tank. Yondu is up there, but I need to get him to at least 5 stars, I think. Gamora is 6 stars already. She's good. She's good. So I'm going to try to work on. Let's see. I think that leaves. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get Groot, but I don't know how. I don't think I'm going to get him very far in terms of his star rating. Rocket Raccoon right now is just out of touch or out of reach for me, so I will get to him when I can, but it's just kind of like I don't know when that is ever going to happen. So, and let's see. Well, for Ravagers, of course, I've got Yondu. Ravager Stitcher, I mean, he's a decent healer, and I've already gotten him up a little bit. And then I can do Ravager Boomer and Ravager Bruiser. So I'll kind of do them as I can, but I mean, I have Drax, Gamora, and Yondu kind of up and almost ready to go. I figure once they're each at 5 stars, then I can probably, hopefully, maybe get myself a 5-star Star-Lord. We'll see. But or a Star Lord at all. I don't know if he's 5 star. I don't know. I haven't gotten Iron Man yet, so I don't know how these events really pay out. So, but that means I kind of have to either work on Groot if and when I get him, or just kind of work on these Ravagers here. And so, if anyone has advice as to which ones I should do, Stitcher, Boomer, or Bruiser, let me know. I mean, seriously, just let me know, and I'll do what I can with it. So, all right. So the last two are just acquisitions of characters that I have not gotten yet and that I really, really want. Winter Soldier. I mean, I have gotten his. I believe I've gotten the stage where I can farm him unlocked, but I don't think I can automate it yet. I don't think I've 3-starred it. Let's get these guys out of here. So and actually, I could probably just go Hydra, and that'll bring him up. And of course, there we go. So there he is. I've got 35 out of 45 shards. So I mean, I'm close, and I haven't even been able to farm him. But if you take a look, so Cosmic 1-9, which, oh my god. So I got to work on my Cosmic roster so that way I can just kind of roll over those stages. But, I think I have like 2-starred 1-9, I think. And, yeah, I've 2-starred it. And I'm just, until I 3-star it, I'm not really going to try hard to farm Winter Soldier. And I think, I think I'm just not quite there yet. I'm close, and hopefully if I get Thanos and Yondu and Drax and Gamora, a little bit more up there, and maybe Korath or Ravager Stitcher, I don't know yet, then maybe that'll work. But I'll try again soon. I mean, I do want Winter Soldier. Number 10, Kingpin. I want Kingpin. And I don't have Kingpin, and I can't farm Kingpin right now, and it's driving me crazy. The reason that I want Kingpin is, one, he's another protector. I don't know that he's a very good protector per se. I do know I've seen plenty of video of him just enhancing the heck out of the team around him, though, and that's why I want him. It's because he's got defense up and offense up, and man, couple him with some damage dealers, and you can turn a fight around real quick. So I really want him for my roster, and I don't have him yet, and it's driving me crazy. But he's a long-term goal, because I think you have to what is it? You have to do villains 6-9, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. So let's just go all, and then I'll just fling all the way down there. Come on. All the way down there. And there's Kingpin. So I've got 10 out of 45 of his shards. Alright. And where do you farm him? You farm him in Villains 6-9 and Nexus 8-6. Oh, and Mystic 2-9, which of course I don't think is even available right now. So yeah, and where the Villains campaign is concerned, I basically... I think I'm still working on 5-9. Let me let's go ahead and double check that. Okay, no, I am on 6. Okay, I am on 6. Have I? Okay, I've 3-starred everything through 5. Okay, so I've got to work on the Villains campaign so that I can farm Kingpin, which of course, as you'll see, working on Villains campaign will be one of my game mode priorities, and I'll talk about that in another list. But yeah, those are my goals. Those are my roster goals for July, and some of them I will hopefully knock out this month. Others are probably going to be a longer game, and that's all right. I'm not a perfectly free-to-play player, but I do what I can to support the game when I feel it's worth it. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in for this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you are feeling particularly ambitious and you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me out. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I am Spidey Librarian, just like here, just like in the game. And yeah, until then, enjoy the game. I hope that you guys have even better luck with your orb openings than I do. And until then, I will see you later, and take care.